Hello everyone, I'm Caroline and welcome to Sweet Pea Sewing. Today I'm going to talk about my fabric woes, and I know so many of us sewists have the same woes, but I'm experiencing it now big time, and I'll tell you what I've gone through and what I have finally come to the decision and how to handle it after much time spent doing it in different ways. And I also have a couple of makes to show you. But right off the bat, I'd like to tell you just what I'm wearing. I finally remembered to actually wear something on video that I made. This is the Ashling blouse by Jennifer Lauren, and I love the square neck. I love how it turned out. This is a thrifted linen. It washes up beautifully. Okay, let's get right into my fabric woes. So if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that I'm a great thrifter, and I've been able to find some great thrifting material, and it's been fantastic. But wow, I have accumulated a lot, and I'm still buying new fabric as well. When I usually at Fabricland, I've yet to buy anything online, which is probably a very good thing. Otherwise, my house would be full. But I'll just show you behind me. This is all new. This is all my new fabric. My thrifted fabric is in cubicles in this room, and then I've also set up another area for my storage as well of mainly thrifted fabric. So when I first started getting the fabric and trying to organize my room, I just was shoving it in everywhere. And very quickly you discover that you don't know what you have. You have no idea. You go to plan and you're pulling things out and throwing things on the floor. I'm sure everybody can relate to this. At least I hope so. I hope I'm not the only one. So one day I thought, this is probably a couple of months ago, and I probably have half the fabric that I have now. I thought I need to organize this. So everything came out in big piles, and I was watching lots of videos, seeing what people did and trying to figure out the best way. And I thought, a lot of people look like they roll it. That looks like a good idea. So I spent hours and hours rolling all my fabric. Problem was, it takes up a lot of room. You can see it nicely. You've got a lot of part of the fabric showing here. You can pull it out fairly well without disturbing all the ones around it. And I was trying to put the stretchy together and the woven together, and I even tried to do it by color. But I ran out of room very fast. And so I thought, well, that is probably not a great way to do it. So maybe a month went by. I thought, I got a problem here. I got to do something. So then I looked at people's fabric stashes, and I looked at videos, and I decided to stack them all like this. That, to me, did not work. As soon as you're trying to pull something out, everything goes tumbling all over the place. It's a nightmare. So finally, I thought, I'm going to try this mini bolt idea that I see a lot of people, where you get the card, the comic book card, and wrap the fabric around it, and you use these little fabric alligator clips to hold it fast. So I ordered 100 of those off of Amazon, those cards, and 500 of those clips. And I spent a lot of time again. This takes a lot of time. Did all my new fabric. I was shocked that there were 72. I have 72 of just new fabric, and ran out very quickly when I started to do my thrifting. I don't even want to tell you, but I got up to 100 very quickly. So then I've had to wait because I just ordered 300 more. I don't think I have 300 more in thrifted fabric, but if I keep going the same way I am, I will within a month or two. Pretty soon this whole house will be full. It's crazy. I just never realized that with sewing, the sewing part is good, but the sewing is in itself is an umbrella to all the other hobbies underneath it, or addictions in my case. The pattern and the fabric buying I have just become obsessed with it. And I've heard lots of other bloggers say the same thing. It just, the dopamine hit that you seem to get from it is higher than the actual sewing part of it. And then there's the planning. The planning part is almost as addicting as the buying of the fabric and the buying of the patterns. Then I discovered all these sewists on YouTube. I watch so many, I'm subscribed to so many, I just love it, but that is also addicting. And then I decided to become a vlogger in the sewing community. Well, that's a whole nother hobby. And then the planning for that, it really has consumed my life. It really has, in such a good way, but I'm sure a lot of you can relate to what I'm talking about. It is all consuming. It's a wonderful hobby, and it's so much, as far as many addictions go, it's better than a lot of things that you could happen, especially since I retired. I have so much time on my hands, but it has consumed all that time, especially this trying to sort the fabric out. So I'm hoping my little mini bolts, they'll come out of here nicely. I'll be able to pull them out. I have it organized. This fabric up here is all washed fabric. I have linens here, and then I have wovens to about here, and then I have stretchy, and then sort of got an empty shelf down here for new material. Yeah, so I'd love to hear what other people have to say about how they've managed it, what they do, how they manage to curb their buying, their pattern and fabric addictions. I've seen people do 30-day challenges, 60-day challenges, 90-day challenges. I don't want to cut it out of my life right now. Maybe I need to do it for a month or two and then start slowing down. It's just so fun. Oh yeah, the other hobby, addiction, I discovered is thrifting, because I have to go into thrift stores to get the material, right? And to look at it and see if they have nice duvets and bed sheets. And often I come across great thrifted material. So, but I'm finding other things. I have found the most beautiful coats. Just this past Friday, my husband and I were in a thrift store, a new one to us, that we'd never been in before, and they had 50% off their jackets, and the jackets were only $5. I got 2 beautiful jackets for $2.50 each. One's from London Fog and one's from Zara. The Zara one is actually a long sweater, just gorgeous, perfect condition. And the other one is just the cutest London Fog jacket. I found beautiful shoes and purses. I just will never buy anything new, really, because I even plan on making my own underwear. So it's fun. It's really fun, and it's added to my retirement so much. So yeah, I'd love to hear what other people have to say about that. So let's talk about what I've made. I belong to the All Access Cashmerette Club. It costs about $200 a year, and for that you get a downloadable pattern once a month on the first of the month. And I just recently made the Haskell shirt. Now, the pattern that came out on March the 1st was the Winvale button-down dress, which looks, I love shirt button-down dresses, so I'm really excited to make that. But here's my Haskell shirt. Now, I would not have been able to make this, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, if it wasn't for Whitney from Tomcat Stitchery doing the most detailed, fantastic sew-along. And I'm not saying that the Cashmerette printed out instructions are bad, they're not. But the burrito method, which you end up with this beautiful encased bodice, just so nice. And it just looks so nice. It just was for a newish, I've been sewing for about 4 months now, for a newish sewist, that was a lot. That was a lot. Everything was confusing as I was reading it. So her sew-along, Whitney's sew-along was fantastic, and I won't hesitate to watch other sew-alongs that she's done. She's done quite a few for Cashmerette. I know she's done a lot for Love Notions as well, and both of these kind of patterns I really like. So this is a thrifted cotton, and I really like it, but here's a picture of me in it, and for some reason, I don't know whether it's because it's in the photograph, but it's kind of puckering in between like the white lines or something. So you can see in the photograph, maybe it wouldn't look like that so much in real life, but the camera is definitely picking it up. I think this fabric would probably be better for something like pajamas or something like that. I had originally planned to make a dress out of this, and this thrifted fabric, I think I got like 4 or 5 meters of it. You know, when you find cotton like this, it's a big find. So I was really happy to find it, but I'm not sure. I will wear this shirt. It's just a great shirt for every day, just really nice and casual. I do have to show you my sins here. So when I first started sewing, I had bought a Brother sewing machine and a Juki serger. And my local sewing store, they sell machines and that, they don't sell materials or anything like that, was putting on a serger course for beginners, and I was thrilled. This was last fall. So, and I'd heard from another vlogger that if you use gray thread, you really never need to change it. So I decided I would load gray thread on my serger. It's way too dark, way too dark. And I think a better gray would be like this. That would, you know, just sort of melt into the material. Anyways, I've made lots of things on my serger, all with this dark thread. And it's not been bad. I've been fairly lucky, maybe because I've been making wintry stuff and most of it's dark. This one, it's funny, it doesn't, I don't know whether you can see it. I think you can see the dark line of serging thread through there. And I thought, oh boy, this is not what should be happening. You can see it a bit through there. It really should be the proper color, or at least a white thread. But I was scared to change it. The class takes you through how to thread it. And I read through the serger book. I was like, oh, I don't want to try this. Anyway, I thought I have to, because I cannot make everything else with gray thread that I'm serging. So I did finally change it. It took a while. It really took a while, because as I'm sure with all sergers, if you miss a little hook or you don't wrap it properly, you are going to have a problem with tension. And I kept doing it again and again, and I kept getting these extra loops and kept researching it and looking, and finally I read somewhere that you've got to be careful about fluff or little threads getting caught between the tension turny things. I thought, I wonder if that's it. And so got the vacuum out and cleaned it all. That was it. That's what it was. Just a little bit of fluff or something in there. I'd made some fleece hoodies for my grandkids of really thick, minky, plush material. Note, I will never buy that minky plush material again. It is a nightmare. You cut it and all those nylon fibers go everywhere. Never, never again will I work with that minky material. Horrible, horrible. It's interesting because the teacher of our sewing class, because I took a sewing class with the same serger teacher, said she hated minky, but I didn't know what minky was, and I didn't know why. She didn't elaborate on it. I wish she had. It would have saved me some money and time. You know, they're great when you're done making a hoodie or whatever it is. It's very soft fabric, and the grandkids will love it. I have not finished them all yet, but it's definitely horrible to work with, and I think it's very hard on sewing machines because of all the fibers, all these horrible little nylon fibers going everywhere. Oh yeah, here you can see on the buttonholes where the real gray is. So that's kind of a bit of a naughty one for me, but I do like it. I like the way it turned out. I did a size 12 and I'm only a B cup. And Cashmerette patterns start at C, so I was a little bit worried about if I'd have to do a small bust adjustment, which I have never done and which scared me, but is probably very simple. Anyway, from the picture, I think it fits really well. I think it does. So I was very happy with that. But yeah, that burrito method where you roll it up and then pull it all out the other end, and to end up with it looking like this was quite the miracle in my opinion. But I do like it, and it's very comfortable to wear. Let me see, was there anything? Yeah, one of the things that I really want to, now that I've been sewing for 4 months, I really want to start doing my seams better. And I've been trying. When I first started, I wasn't even finishing seams off. And I'd watched lots of videos and tips, and that's something people say elevates your sewing a lot, is to make sure seams are finished properly. So that's something I'm going to work on. These ones aren't bad. They're not bad, but they definitely could be done better. Just this was a matter of, I think, missing it when I was trying to just go around it and that. So, but overall, I really like this Cashmerette Haskell blouse, which the pattern is only available to the All Access members. But it's a great one. It really turned out well. I was happy with that. Yeah, so another little make, and this one is on I have 2 lists. I have a make 9 and a make 5 with a bonus on it. And when I made these up at the beginning of the year, I just started with vlogging, and I was like, I want to make everything. So I've got all these plans. Oh yeah, the Cashmerette blouse is part of my spring capsule planning that I had. So that's one out of, I think there were 8 items in there. And I did finish another blouse too that was part of that, and I'll go through that next week, but that was one off there. And another one off there was this retreat bag from Emmaline Bags. And you can just buy this as a one-off from their website. Emmaline Bags is very, very popular. I don't think it was overly expensive. I think the kit was, oh boy, I want to say $35, but I think it might have been a bit more than that with shipping. It might have been a bit more. I think it was $35 for just the kit, but then there was $15 or $20 shipping. Might have not been that high. Now I made a few other bags. This one's a little bit different. I made the little one here, and it's got these bars in it that sort of give it a little bit of structure. So here's mine. You had 2 choices of fabric. You had this one and then another one that had Canadian flags all over it. What I did love about this is everything is encased. So there's no seams that you have to do, and this was a bit of a learning thing for me as well, where you do the lining separate from the outside fabric, and then when you pull it all through a hole that you leave open, and then you sew up the hole so that you end up with such a clean, beautiful inside. And it's got these little bars on it that close like this, if you can sort of see. So it's nice because it stays open, so it's got quite a bit of structure. And that is such a beautiful size. So I'm going to make more of these. Now that I have the pattern and I know how to do it. And again, I found a really good sew along for this. And I can't remember the lady's name, but I'll link it in the description notes to tell you, because again, this was new to me, and just reading instructions, it's hard. It's so much better to have that visual learning. So I'll definitely be making some more for these and for myself and for gifts and that kind of thing. Yeah, so I do think that that's probably everything that I wanted to talk to you about today. I do have, what have I got planned? It's March 31st already. Isn't that crazy? So we just finished up the So Frugal today and March 31st, and I put a couple of entries in for that. I have a third one, but I don't think I'm going to finish it, and that's okay. But I was really, my eyes were open to the wonderful world of free patterns. So many out there. And that was fun. So in April is my birthday month. You know, Sweet Pea Sewing, Sweet Caroline, all sort of goes together really nice. Sweet Pea is the April flower. And I want to make a nice birthday blouse for myself, and I'm going to tie it in with the April Sew a Blouse challenge, I think it's called. And I will be doing a vlog on that. I'm going to be on the vlogger tour. I'll be doing that near the end of April. So I'm looking forward to that. I've got a few ideas for which blouse I want to do. A version of the Tilly and the buttons I've been thinking about. But there's a whole bunch of other ones too that I haven't even done, because the Tilly and the buttons ones I've done 2 of. But I just would like to do it in a red color. Red is my very, very favorite color. And so I was thinking I would like to do it. So I think that would be fun to do that. Other plans I have is one of the free patterns that I am currently making up and want to actually do a whole nother one is the Peppermint Magazine Lounge set. And I don't know if you've seen it, but I've read again and again what a fabulous pattern it is. So I am currently making that up from an old duvet that I've had for probably 20 years. And that should be ready in the next day or two. Just, to throw on in the morning and wear throughout the day, instead of maybe my PJs or really old sweatpants that my husband's ready to burn. Yeah. And I'd like to make some more bags. That's something, maybe not necessarily the retreat bag, but a few other ones, a few different designs. Yeah, so I think that's it. And I'm just going to show one final thing. Show you my Make 9 and my Make 5 with the bonus. Tick it off. Okay, one more thing to tick off. I'm determined to get through these. For the Make 9, done 2, 7 left. For the Make 5 with the bonus, I've got the Aisling blouse, which I'm wearing right now, and then the Emmaline bag. So 4 left there. Yeah. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 items left on there, plus my spring capsule plans, plus a lot of other plans. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time, everybody. Bye.